The man first picked out $5 worth of items to check out. Then he took out a $50 bill. The female clerk gave him $45 in change. At this moment, the man pulled out another $5 from his pocket, mixed it with the money on the counter, counted, and it was exactly $50 in total. Then he said to the clerk, "I'll give you $50. Please exchange it for a $100 bill." The clerk didn't catch on immediately, and confusedly gave him $100. Can anyone calculate how much he profited? Then David grabbed the money and items, ready to leave. But just then he saw another clerk coming for shift change. David suddenly came up with a plan. He took a can from the shelf, but when he went to the checkout counter, the previous clerk came back. She had realized she'd been scammed. The male clerk caught David and asked his colleague to call the police. Coincidentally, there was a police officer in the store, who said he'd been watching this scammer for days. Then he tackled David to the ground, and quietly reminded him to cooperate. After getting up, the officer told the clerks the cash was evidence and needed to be taken away. The clerks watched helplessly as the two left. Unexpectedly, Officer Henry suddenly released him. It turned out Henry was also a con man. He saw David in trouble earlier, so he stepped in to help. Henry hoped David would become his partner, but David was used to working alone, so he refused and planned to leave. Henry quickly stopped him. Then they went to a restaurant. He then told David, "Watch how I turn $100 into $200. The man first tore off a corner of the $100 bill, then handed it to his accomplice, asking him to order a coffee in the restaurant. David paid with the torn $100 bill. The server gave him $90 in change. Seeing David get up to leave, Henry also came in and ordered a coffee. After 10 minutes, he called the server over, asked why they hadn't given him his change. The server said, "You haven't paid yet." Henry pretended to be angry, and started shouting in the restaurant. The manager quickly asked what happened. Henry took out his wallet, said he had paid with a torn $100 bill earlier, and asked the manager to check the register if there was a torn $100 bill inside. Just like that, Henry turned $100 into $200. Now David was completely convinced. He immediately agreed to become Henry's partner.